Hello, hello, my loves. I just wanted to check in with y'all. I'm going to do an all signs for the new moon in Capricorn, and that is going to be on the 18th. Today's the 15th as I'm recording this, if you see it, in a couple of days. And I'm just going to pull like three cards and one oracle because I am in the midst of packing and relocating back to Texas. I am leaving in the morning. I did a year here in Alabama, and I'm grateful for it. Uh, uh, it was meant to be. It was meant to be. And some things are just for a season, and I'm okay about that. It wasn't necessarily an easy decision, but it is the direction that I feel like I'm led for. So I still need to load my car up. I've done a lot of purging and getting rid of stuff. And thank you to everyone in the last couple of weeks that has reached out with words of encouragement and nice complimentary things and all that and readings. I've gotten a few, a handful of personal readings, and believe me, that has helped tremendously. It's kept some food in my belly, and so it's kind of made the way forward. And it kind of came to a point where I kind of got my last check from the last job, and I'm like, well, let me pay this little bit of rent that doesn't really catch everything up, and then let's keep part of it. And I think it's time to, go home, because sometimes we can let things go until it's do or die time. And so I thought, well, this little bit of money will put some gas in the tank and, get the oil changed and such. So keep sending those good vibes that I have safe travels. It's a 10-hour drive from point A to point B for me. I'm going to leave really early in the morning. But I needed a little palate cleanser because we all know that moving sucks. And I had a lot of stuff and I purged it out. I mean, I have taken so much stuff to donate. And, um, and so, it's just what goes in the car. And of course, Reggie's riding up front, so he takes up the passenger seat. And riding shotgun, Reggie's going to journey into Texas with me. And so, of course, he'll, take up that much space. So, whatever I can fit in the back of my Kia Soul, my trusty Carmela. And so it's about time to start loading her up. I've got a few more things to go through and purge out, and probably one more trip this afternoon to the thrift store to donate some stuff and get it out of the way. I'm a typical textbook Sagittarius with all my Sagittarius placements, so I am not the most organized despite my Virgo rising. Of course, I got a Gemini moon, so I'm a little bit scattered, and so luckily, my friend that will probably come in here and go through some things to see if I left some things she might want. And so as she goes through it, hopefully she will forgive me. Forgive me. I luckily have two very, very, very my sisters from other mothers, and they are both Tauruses. And I'm so grateful for them. I'm so grateful for all of you again that have reached out with kind words. I mean, like I said, I've gotten a few readings. I've gotten a couple of love donations, and it's all very much appreciated. I did I don't know. I think once I got sick, really bad with that flu, and I was sick for like 2 weeks, starting right before Christmas, or almost 2 weeks, that it really set the tone back. I was thinking very much at the beginning of December that it was probably time to go back home, and home. I did grow up in Dallas, in the Dallas area, and that's where I'm going back to. And so, in a way, and as many of you know, the beloved Carrie Lee from Somachandra Libra and Somachandra Tarot, that many of you also know, gave some nice, sage, wise words to me. And, decision wasn't made lightly, but it had to be made quickly. So let's get in. There's that. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. And I'm sure that I will check in with y'all once, the dust clears, once the smoke clears. Definitely will be hitting the ground running, looking for a job and all that good stuff. And, but luckily I have all you, and I have some very good friends in my life that are wonderful support. And like I said, it's a long trip. Keep the good vibes coming, y'all. Keep the good vibes coming. So we're going to start out. We've got a new moon in Capricorn on January 18th, which is Sunday. So let's focus on that. We're going to start with Capricorn and make our way around to Sagittarius. And like I said, I'm just going to pull 3 cards. I got 12 different tarot decks. I have most of my tarot decks packed up. And so I thought before I pack up these last few decks, let's do one more reading in Alabama. Let's go ahead and do one more. I doubt once I touch down this weekend, I would feel like doing it. So let's see if there's something. And hopefully this will hit for some of you. And I'm not going to take flyers today. We're going to pick them. Hopefully these will resonate for you. Check your sun, moon, rising, and there's timestamps down in the description box, which should go into chapters. You should be able to slide across and get to your sign. And hopefully this will give you a little something. Words of wisdom, some advice, some hope for the future. Okay? All right. What do we have for Capricorn? Okay, so it looks like there is kind of a decision. Maybe there's something on your mind, Capricorn. You may have an opportunity coming up that you will have to make a decision on. Knight of Cups, the Prince of Cups. The Prince of Cups, so that's the Knight of Cups, and this, I believe it's Celestial Tarot. But anyway, the Knight of Cups comes up, so there could be some kind of opportunity that you will have to make a decision on. First card out is for Capricorn, the Devil. You know, the Devil is Capricorn energy. And I certainly feel like, especially using this deck that has Capricorn right up on top, I feel like that this is definitely, you've got a decision to make. The Judgment card, so we got a couple of major arcana. This could be a big turning point for you. And maybe this new moon at Capricorn, new moon in Capricorn, coming right at the end of Capricorn season. And of course, the next new moon in Aquarius will be Chinese New Year, moving us into the year of the fire horse and out of the year of the snake. So for a lot of you, I feel like that there is something you're going to make a decision on. Now, I think there could be an opportunity coming for you, okay, from this. This could like set this, I almost feel like this is a decision you're making. There may not be an offer. There could be a job offer. It could be something like that. We know these are general messages. But I almost feel like you're making up your mind about something, Capricorn. That you're making up your mind about something. And something's really changing. So you could be letting go of something, the Six of Swords, all right? So we've got the Devil, the Judgment, and the Six of Swords. I feel like that maybe you could be letting something go, or you could be making a decision about changing something, or so this could be anything. You could be letting a habit go. You could be like, I'm finally going to start my business. I'm finally going out of this relationship. I feel like you're making a big, firm decision about a direction that you're going. Now, the swords are the mental element. So when I look at Six of Swords, this is definitely something on the mental. And since you were the first card out, I feel like that you're really making almost, and we got with the Devil and the Judgment and the Six of Swords, I almost feel like you're making a big decision on something you're either letting go of or that you are really moving in a new direction. Like, hey, I'm going to look for a new job, or I'm ready to get out of there. Ready to get out there and date. I'm getting out of this relationship. I'm letting go of this habit. This one did fly. First quarter moon in Taurus card from the Moonology Manifestation deck, releasing control. So again, that's very good advice for you. Whatever you are, I feel like it's a turning point or crossroads. Okay, take it as it resonates for you though. I feel like this is a turning point or a crossroads. And with this Judgment, man, it just really feels like a firm decision. Look at this guy. And he's got that staff, and he's, you know, I almost feel like, even though he's got that staff there, when I see this, and this is what I'm looking at, this triangle, it almost looks like he's about, I'm going to put a stake in the ground. That's kind of what I got off that. Could be a higher calling as we look, you know, up here. Could be a higher calling. Could be an announcement that you're making. You could be making that. Maybe for some of you. And then let go of how it happens. Take whatever action steps that you can, Capricorn, and then let go of everything else. Let go of the timing, let go of your expectations, and let go of how everything manifests. Yeah. That was a very, very clear message. I wasn't really in particular picking any of these decks for any particular sign, but I'm going to tell you that deck was screaming Capricorn at me. So I was not surprised to see that Devil card come out. Okay. And when it was followed by the Judgment. And you could be letting go of something that's been weighing on you, or that you've been really kind of bonded into. So for some of you, it might be a habit, Could be going to healthier lifestyles, all right? So here we are, right on the cusp of Aquarius season. Just less than a week until Aquarius season. And let's go on and see what we have for Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius? Oh, these are coming out very strong. All right. So we got the High Priestess. Trusting your intuition is exactly what just popped into my mind. Now, for some of you, there could be an unexpected communication. Okay. So there could be an unexpected communication. This is really good news, though. The Magician, big manifestation vibes. We've got the Knight of Cups coming out. So definitely something very unexpected may come. Could be from an earth sign, could be financially. Some of you might have unexpected money coming in, Aquarius. Some of you may have an unexpected job offer, a raise, a promotion. Could be, if it's somebody new with love, it could definitely be very solid with the Queen of Pentacles. Definitely could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I definitely do get, as well as Gemini and Aries, I do get Virgo vibes off the Magician, but I'm just talking, this is a big deal. I almost feel like this will catch you very much by surprise. Okay? Very much by surprise. And for some of you, this could be new love, or it could be a relationship taking a very substantial and stable turn as well. So this could be something where some of you have been in a relationship, it hasn't been going anywhere, and all of a sudden they're like really in it to win it, and you're like, whoa, this kind of took me by surprise. As well as you could be in something that is fairly new, and this person kind of really expresses, like this could be where someone says for the first time, I love you, Aquarius, I love you. I feel that vibe. This could be an unexpected raise, and it could be unexpected money coming in as well. All right, so it definitely could be something where there's a loan repaid. My hair's wild today, y'all. Sorry, I'm messing with it. But this could be definitely where there's an unexpected bonus, or somebody repays a debt, or something financial as well with that Queen of Pentacles. For those of you single, you could meet somebody that really kind of sweeps you off your feet. With the Magician and the Knight of Cups, this could be somebody really sweeping you off your feet. Okay. Very much, I feel like it'll be something that'll be very surprising, a very good surprise. I like all of these cards. Use your intuition, trust your intuition. I do think with the High Priestess, this is something that'll catch you off guard, though. Listen to your intuition. I definitely feel that. Something is about to go deeper. With this new moon and Scorpio card, and we've got go deeper, I also feel like that with that High Priestess, what's underneath the High Priestess? Oh, yeah, it's definitely good news. Nine of Cups is underneath the High Priestess. I feel like with go deeper, this still goes along. It could be something pretty unexpected, but it's also it's something that's really going to level you up. I feel like it's something like, it could be the money you need to get a bill paid off. It could be a big promotion that really changes your life. Obviously, if it's relationship focused, that would definitely be a big change in your life. And I just feel like this is something big. Something big, Aquarius, all right? Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. We got a lot going on for you coming up. January 26th. I don't want to mess it up. Neptune moves into Aries and out of your sign where it's been for quite a long time. And then February 14th, Saturn moves into Aries. So you got a lot going on over the next month as well, my friends. That's going to be some major moments as well as affecting all of the mutable signs. Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius as well. It's a big moment. It's a big moment for the mutables. And then, of course, it'll be a big moment. And we'll talk about Aries when we get to their messages next. But this will be a big moment for the cardinal signs as well. So lots going on this year. All right, what do we have for my Pisces gang? All right. You're struggling in a situation to get your, it could be with family. Ten of Cups is on the bottom. I feel like this happy ending is waiting for you, but I think you're struggling with your confidence about a situation. This could be about asking for a raise. This could be about something in a relationship, maybe with a family member, maybe establishing boundaries, Pisces. Maybe establishing a big boundary. This could be something. I feel like you'll do it. Six of Pentacles was the first card out, and then we got the Queen of Wands. Could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag. But I feel like this Queen of Wands, so often, this is about being very confident. But with the Six of Pentacles, there's a little bit of push and pull, I'm feeling like. And on the bottom is the, underneath the Ten of Cups is the Queen of Cups. So I do think there are a lot of rewards with the bottom of the deck being Ten of Cups. Ooh, let me get this over for you. Ten of Cups and Queen of Cups underneath that. And you know, Queen of Cups there. That's a representation. That's water energy. I also feel like that you're not going to, don't worst case scenario this. Okay? Because the third card out, look at that one. 100-pound backpack just weighing you down, Pisces. 10 of Wands. 100-pound backpack weighing you down. So I do feel that you're very burdened. You're struggling with confidence. But I do think there's a really good result for you on the other end of this, whether you're establishing a boundary, whether you're starting your own business, or you're asking for a raise or a promotion. Maybe you're just kind of establishing boundaries, maybe a relationship. There's something that needs to be talked about that's been weighing on you, because whatever this is, it's been weighing on you. There is a happy ending on the other side of this. You got two tens. Okay, 10 of Wands, but look at the bottom. That's what's kind of underneath, maybe what you don't see coming or what's underneath it, a big happy ending. And maybe you're afraid that's not going to happen, but I'm telling you, Pisces, this is a really good time to ask for what you need, what you want, what you desire. You're a little on the fence, no doubt. Six of Pentacles, that's how I'm reading it. And you're not feeling super confident. Maybe this isn't the right time. I don't know. Six of Pentacles is kind of spearing it out. Maybe you're wanting to put it off, but I think the time is now, Pisces. I think this is a great time to assert yourself and make your needs, wants, desires known. Okay? No more time keeping it to yourself. No more time waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time's now. Full moon in Virgo card, which will be the full moon during your season of Pisces, right? During Pisces season. And that is going to be, I believe, an eclipse full moon. Okay. I believe that is that's an eclipse, a lunar eclipse. And it is the very beginning of March. But we got take inspired action. Okay. I don't think you need to wait for that. I don't necessarily think that's timing, but I think I like the correlation that's the full moon that comes during your season. Okay. But take inspired action. We're talking about new moon in Capricorn right now. Okay. I'm not worried about that for timing. On the bottom, new moon in Leo with shine. I think you're going to get exactly what you're looking for. I think you can get it. Are you feeling a little bit, you got a lot on the line. Whatever this is, there's probably a lot on the line. And I just flipped the cards in, but look what showed up, the Fool. Take a leap. This is a very good time to take a leap. Okay, let's move on to Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. Again, big time for you. Neptune on January 26th is moving into your sign. Hasn't been there for a long time. Well, we had a little short sojourn, a little short journey last year, but this is the whole enchilada, Aries, all right? And then, of course, with Saturn moving into your sign on February 14th. All right, what do we got for Aries? Ooh, the High Priestess, the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Definitely get Aries energy, like I said before, out of the Magician. Underneath that, we got a lot of major arcana. This new moon in Capricorn, you know, as we move into, if we look in the terms of Chinese New Year, this is the last new moon of the year of the snake, all right? So there's a lot. The scale's balancing in your favor. All right, and also look for where there needs to be balance in your life. But the High Priestess is the first card out with the Ace of Wands, but we got the Page of Swords. The only thing I urge you with this, because there's a lot of very strong, powerful energy, because even, oh man, you go 4 cards down, Magician, the Justice, the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Cups. There's something coming in, but even, I hate to go this far down, but it seems to me with the Seven of Wands, be very sure of what you want, and don't just accept this at face value. Okay, there is something like, as well as if you're into something where you're making a purchase or you're doing something, maybe negotiating something. And I do feel that some of you Aries may be negotiating something. I mean, you need to lay it all out what you want. With the Magician and the Justice, with the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups, like, I mean, really go after what you want. If there's a change, if you're making a change, if you're doing like a major purchase, don't be afraid to negotiate the price. If it's a job, don't be afraid to, ask for a little bit more money or a little more vacation, a few more perks. Especially if you're doing like a purchase with a house or a car. I almost feel like that this is something really good that's coming in. And this is something you've been working for, and it's a breakthrough. But I just heard don't accept things at face value. Dig deeper. As well as if there's an opportunity, make sure you have all the facts, okay? A lot of readers, you can definitely read the Page of Swords as a little bit of a stalker card, but I kind of see him as a private investigator. So definitely make sure that you do your due diligence on anything. Don't just leap in. I mean, it's a good opportunity coming up, but I almost think you could make it better, Aries. I almost think you could make it a little bit better. So that's what I feel like. I feel like there's something coming along that you could almost make it a little bit better. I'm actually hearing if you've got a job, you could probably get a few extra benefits, maybe a little more money. All right. We got new moon in Cancer with relax. Yeah, I feel like this is a good opportunity, and this is something that I feel like many of you need. This feels very financial, Aries. If you're looking for a relationship, check one of your other placements. But I feel like that be confident. That relax is actually speaking to me about make sure you know exactly what you want and what you're getting into. I remember it's something that's popping in my head, and my stepdad used to say, hey, you're never going to make as much money as when you go in to a job initially. So make sure that you're going to be happy with what's involved. So I feel like some of you may be making a major purchase, or there could be a job offer or something of that nature. It feels very financial, Aries. I'm going to tell you that. But you want to make sure that you get... I think you could get everything you want, and you need to definitely fight for that. All right. Let's move on to Taurus. Taurus. What do we have for Taurus with this new moon in Capricorn? Okay. Wow. Okay. I feel like there might not be just like a whole lot of action, or something that you're working on around this may not go exactly like you hoped. And there's a little bit of four energy because bottom of the deck is Four of Cups. And then we got the Knight of Cups. So there could be something that comes in. Just wait. Four of Swords is the first card out with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So whatever's coming, if there is something that happens that you're kind of like, oh, this isn't exactly what I wanted. This isn't exactly how I wanted this to turn out. Or something could come up and you're like, wow, this was the last thing I needed. Okay. There is something coming right around the corner. I feel like that while things may not be exactly jiving for you around this new moon in Capricorn, I would definitely think that something big is coming. And then with that four energy, I definitely feel like something's coming big for you by the new moon in Aquarius. And I will try to do all signs, full moon and new moon messages here, at least, if that's all I can do, just to give for those of you that like to watch messages, and it gives you a couple of times a month. And I definitely want to do something with Chinese New Year, so I'll make time at some point. But Four of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, there is something very, very good coming. But I almost feel like you're going to go through something that is less than thrilling. I just have to do it. It can't all be great news. I'm going to look at the middle of the deck. We got Four of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Six of Swords. So I don't feel like you need to let something go. I feel like something else needs to transpire for something else to come. Things may seem a little weird right now, but everything is really falling into place, is what I'm hearing. What's in the middle of the deck? Yeah, what you don't see coming. Yeah. So something may not have worked out or may not work out, or something may be going on again. I keep hearing less than thrilling. Your Four of Cups isn't the worst case scenario, but it's not best case. And there could be something where you're like, damn, that's not the way I wanted that to work out. But I do feel like things are falling into place for you, Taurus. I feel like things are really falling into place. And we've got the first quarter moon in Taurus, and that says a Taurus reading, release control. So don't try to control things, let things go. Just be confident what is meant for you. And there is something, I feel like something very good is coming. Because, yeah, Four of Swords, just wait. Just wait, Taurus. Because Ace of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles, if you're struggling with something right now, may not be worked out right now, but I think that there is some good news coming. I'm going to be real honest. I think there is something coming, and I believe it's sooner rather than later. I definitely felt some timing. Wait for this new moon in Aquarius on February 17th. Something's coming. Could be a little bit before, could be a little bit after. Something is, again, I don't think you have to give anything up. I don't think you have to let anything go. I'm not getting that at all. You don't have to let anything go. But something is making its way out. That's more of what I'm feeling, Taurus. All right, what do we got for Gemini? Gemini. All righty. Queen of Cups on the bottom, Two of Pentacles, and Ten of Wands. So there is something that is bottom of the deck. Queen of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. I feel like there's something you're not ready to give up on right now. Could be a job. Could be a relationship. There's something you're just kind of not ready to let go of. And I think you know that it's not working. Okay? Five of Swords is the first card out. Like, this isn't really working. I'm not getting what I need. And this definitely could be a job, relationship, whatever. You know what you're going through. But something, if you're in a situation and you're like, I don't think I'm getting what I need out of this. I don't think that this is pushing me toward the direction that I want to go, or this is, this is going nowhere, is kind of what I'm hearing, that you may be in a situation. But second card out is Ace of Cups and Nine of Wands. Now, if you are in a situation that you're on the fence about and you don't think it's working, I still think you're not ready to give it up. You still think, and it may not be over, okay? It may not be over, but I do think that if you're hanging on to something, the biggest message I'm getting, Gemini, is you may be on the fence about whether you should give something up or if it is actually time to give something up. And I think there's something new coming in that you're going to be like, oh, maybe it is time to give this up. I don't think this Nine of Wands is the fat lady hadn't sung It Ain't Over. I think there is something new coming in for you very soon that is going to change your mind about what you're currently putting energy into. Okay. I think that there is, maybe it's a little unexpected. What's in the middle of the deck? Well, Ace of Wands wanted to throw out, and the Page of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. If you've been on the job search and you haven't had nothing going on, or if you just can't get your money together, I think there is something coming in that is really changing the course of what you're going. And I think you're actually going to move into something new. We had a couple of aces there. So I think there's something new coming in that is getting you off the hamster wheel, and it's getting you, I think something new's coming in. I don't think that Nine of Wands, sometimes it's like, it ain't over, take a knee, see if you need to do something else. No, I think you kind of know this is over. And maybe if I had a different card besides this was the first card out. There's something new coming in and bringing fresh energy in for you. Be on the lookout and be open, I would say. But let's see what we get here from the Moonology Manifestation deck. Full Moon in Pisces with Forgive, the Full Moon in Pisces card. I don't know. I don't think any of these are timing because I think all this is happening sooner rather than later. I mean, I'm definitely reading for the new moon in Capricorn, which is just a few days away. Forgive yourself. I don't know if some of you are trying to make something work because you're afraid of like screwing up, or you're afraid of letting something go and leaping into the new. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to leap into the new. There's something new coming in, Gemini, and you should welcome it with open arms. I'm totally feeling that. Whatever new is coming in, Gemini, welcome it with open arms. Welcome it with open arms. All right? All right, let's move on to Cancer. 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 All right, let's see what you got for the new moon in Capricorn here. Something's going to really shock you. Page of Swords, but hang loose, look for the deeper meaning, okay? Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. That's on the bottom, but first card out is the Tower. And I'm not clarifying, we're pulling 3 cards. The Tower. Chaos, conflict, rubble is what I'm hearing, okay? Two of Pentacles is the second card out. Ooh, I think you're trying to hold everything together because there you are with the moon. So you and Capricorn are showing up pretty strong in your readings today. I think you're going to try to avoid the Tower. I think you're going to try to avoid the Tower. You're going to try to maybe control things. Something may come up and you're going to try to fix it. You're going to try to, you're going to try to control things. You're going to kind of try to control what all's going on. And I think you're supposed to let it happen. Page of Swords. There's some very surprising news. All right. Definitely not. I don't think it's expected. I don't think it's necessarily welcome either. with the Six of Pentacles. Four of Cups is underneath that Six of Pentacles. It's going to get you up in your head, but I feel like you're trying to control it. But this is a breakthrough. This is meant to be a breakthrough. Now, is it going to upset you, Cancer? Is this going to upset the apple cart? Is this going to knock you off guard? Are you going to be like, why me? Why me? Why me? I think so. I think so. I think it's going to knock you really deep. It's not going to make sense. I hear a little bit of why me. This could be a breakup. This could be something changing at work. I don't necessarily think it means you're losing a job, but this could be a change in supervisors, a change in position. It could be something like that, Cancer. There is a very big change, news coming in, and I don't think this calls for you to try to fix anything. I think that you need to let it happen. Lean into it, Cancer. And I know that's not easy. That's not easy for any of us. But I really think that water signs, because it's hitting you on a very emotional level, I feel like. I feel like this is really hitting you. I think it's really kind of hitting you in a place that is really like pulling up some deep insecurities and fears. Okay. I mean, this is really knocking you off balance, especially with this little boy here. And you're just going, let me try to hold it together. Let me try to hold it together. And it's not meant for you to hold it together. You need to let this tower fall. And you need to look for the deeper meaning. We got the moon here. We got Page of Swords on the Knight of Swords with the Six of Pentacles. I think you're going to try to like, how can I fix this? How can I fix this? I think you need to let the tower fall. Because I do think that, I'm going to go 5 cards down again. Sorry, on that 6th card, 3 of Wands. It's going to make sense eventually. It's going to make sense. And I feel like, again, it's leading you to a much better place. Okay, it's leading you to a much better place. All right. Oh, we've got last quarter moon in Aries with work through your feelings. Okay. Yeah, definitely. A lot of feels. I think this is really, yeah, I kept hearing, why me? Why me? And this is going to hit you in your feelings. This is going to really uncover, it's going to bring to the surface a lot of insecurities, maybe even some things like, deep fears. And oops, I'm sorry. Let's do it where you can see it. And some of you may be dealing with an Aries or have that in your chart, but work through your feelings. This is about looking for the deeper meaning, seeing past the chaos, and looking, instead of like trying to control the situation, trying to fix something. I think that there's no fixing this. That's what I keep hearing. I'm not going to keep going on and on about it. But I do think this isn't meant for you. You're not meant to fix this. But look for the deeper meaning. This is taking you someplace. All right, let's move on to Leo. Leo. I'm moving a little quick because really, to be honest, there's a whole lot of other shit that I'm supposed to be doing right now. And, but I felt the need. And when I feel the need, I want to read, whether I put the energy I used to into the channel, I still love doing it. I love connecting with y'all. And I do feel when I do these that at least one person always gets something they need out of it, right? All right, Leo, what do we got for you? Hermit, first card out. With the King of Cups and the Death card. Ooh, 7 of Cups. I feel like that something is coming in. You need to give it a lot of thought. It's interesting. Could be relationship. It could be relationship. It could be something that's coming back around, like you're dealing with a business, or you're wanting to, it could be an opportunity. I feel like for some of you, it could be an opportunity in a career field that you used to do, but you're not currently doing. So we got Hermit, we've got King of Cups, and we've got the Death card. Okay. So some of you could have somebody from the past coming back in. I'm not sure. I think multiple people actually, Leo, with the Seven of Cups on the bottom. I actually feel like it's multiple people. Okay. Seven of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Five of Pentacles, a little bit of scarcity thinking. I do feel that this is it's interesting. So something is coming back around. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be a person. This could be something you don't want to deal with that is kind of being thrown in your face. So for a lot of you, yeah, of course, people from the past are always coming in. That's a little bit too on the nose, right? I feel like something is coming back around that needs to be put to rest. So this could be old feelings. This could be some old trauma. This could be something that you really need to, maybe you've buried it and not wanted to deal with it. We've got King and Queen of Cups, so this could be something with a water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Definitely could be anything with somebody that you're there. I feel like there's a lot of emotions involved with the Queen on the bottom and the King coming up in your three cards. So whether you're dealing with a water sign or not, I feel like this is something that really hits you on an emotional level that you really didn't want to deal with. You know, you're like, I feel like for most of you, Leo, this is something that you're like, maybe later, and you've been wanting to keep it on the back burner. And I think it's being brought into the forefront, and there is something that you need to face head on. And if you don't deal with this now, I don't know that you ever will. I mean, I feel like you've put this off multiple times. Okay. So some of you, if you've got somebody coming in from the past, you've got more than one person coming in from the past. But if this is just an issue, this could be something with family. This could be career-wise. You know, I feel like something's coming around and you are meant to deal with this now. This isn't something to be put off because middle of the deck, Three of Wands, dealing with this is going to help you move forward in a very positive way. Three of Wands with the Chariot, and underneath that's the Strength card, third card down, what you don't see coming. This is about you progressing. Whatever this is has almost kept you at a standstill, I feel like. Whether you realize it or not, consciously or subconsciously. This is keeping you from progressing by not dealing with this. So this could just be some insecurities, some old trauma. It doesn't even have to be relationship focused. This could be something that is just, oh, I've been putting this off. So it could be like a career change. And something could be coming up where you're like, you have the opportunity to make a career change. Like maybe you, for instance, maybe you lose your job. And when you go out, this is a prime time. Okay. And I don't have any Leo in my chart. So let me tell you that when I got sick and lost that new job I'd started and it kind of went by the wayside with that, I was like, okay, so is this me looking for another job here, or is this my sign that I've hit yet another brick wall? Because I've been hitting brick walls, Leo. I get it. I get it. The universe is going to keep putting it in front of you until you deal with it, because I've just been there. And again, I have no my 12th house is ruled by Leo, and it is empty, 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 empty. I have no placements, anything in Leo. But this is something that maybe you have not been wanting to deal with. And it's coming and kind of throwing it in your face that it's time to deal with it. Okay. And so I can tell you that between the end of October and the beginning of December, I started 3 new jobs. Started one, did not work out. It was crazy. I'm not going to go into all that, but it was crazy. Lasted a week and a half. And I'm like, no, this is not right. And then there was another one that came along, nothing wrong with the job, but it was very low paying. Like, you can't live off of it. And it wasn't even 40 hours a week. So there was nothing about it that worked. It was part-time and it was very low pay. And so then I got this other job, so I left that one. And then I got sick. So sometimes whenever something keeps being brought around, look for the deeper meaning, Leo. I mean, you need to deal with this. And it's going to be thrown right in your face again. Okay. First quarter moon in Leo card with Be Humble. Sometimes we have to, what's on the bottom? Yeah. And last quarter moon in Leo card. You can't make this up, my friends. Lighten up. This is time, I feel like with Be Humble and Lighten Up, it's time to surrender. There's something coming up to you that you have to deal with. And it's time to just accept that and take care of business. Accept and take care of business. You know what? I want this one for Libra. And I want this for Sag. All right, Virgo. All right, Virgo. What do we have for my Virgos? Ooh, big, woo. I think you're the only one that got all three major arcana. What's on the bottom? Oh, King of Wands, confidence, right? And we got the Knight of Swords, confidently moving forward. But you're worried. Well, my Virgos are my worry warts. My Virgos are my worry warts. Some of you may be dealing with a fire sign in particular. First card out is the Fool. So it could be an Aries, right? But we got the King of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Empress, and the Two of Pentacles. You're not so sure that what's coming in. This could be a job opportunity. Could be a life change. But I feel like that we've got the Fool, the Hermit. There you are, Virgo, showing up strong, and the World. So I think this is I think you've got a big opportunity coming in. Now, again, could be a new relationship. It could be a life opportunity. It could be a job opportunity. Sorry. But I feel like that you have a very big opportunity coming in. You may have it already on the table, or it may be coming in soon, you know. But I feel like that I think it's a great opportunity. It's life-changing. You are, and I've still got 3 more signs to read for, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, but I feel like you're the only one that got all 3 of the cards, and I have done no clarifiers. You're the only one that got 3 major. You're almost like Capricorn, where you're at a real turning point. And are you brave enough to leap into the future? Don't overthink it. A little bit of energy, with this, okay? So it's a good opportunity, but you're worried, is this going to be sustainable? Is this going to be prosperous? Is this really as good as what it sounds like? Two of Pentacles, you're almost afraid to trust it, especially if it's a relationship. Could be something new, because the Fool would indicate that. We've got the 5 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles in the middle of the deck. I think you could be turning down something. Yeah. I think you would regret it if you do not take this opportunity, Virgo. If you get in your own way. I definitely feel like you could get in your own way with this one. I think there is just almost, I keep hearing opportunity of a lifetime. Big opportunity. Do not get in your own way. What do we have here? Full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. This could be something already on the table. We just had a full moon in Cancer. On the 3rd of January, we just had a full moon in Cancer. And then you've got this, reflect on your priorities. I haven't really felt with these, and again, like I said, I'm doing new moon and Capricorn readings, so this hasn't been something where I've thought, maybe this deck will provide some timing. Sometimes the Moonology oracles do give me a little bit of timing, but that's not what I feel like. But this could be something on the table that you're thinking of going ahead and turning down. Make sure that you are very careful about not getting in your own way. Okay. Make sure that you are very careful about not getting in your own way, Virgo. Again, I feel like there's a big, huge opportunity of a lifetime. We have free will. You can say yes or no. Dig deeper into any opportunities that come your way. Okay, not telling you what to do. I'm just saying do your detective work. Okay, investigate, investigate, investigate. Because, and also look into it. Is it fear that's guiding me? Or is this really like not a good direction for me? Okay, something new with the Fool, I think. Alrighty, Libra. Let's do a couple of more shuffles. I definitely wanted the Shadowscapes Tarot for Libra. I don't know why. All right, what do we got for Libra? We got Nine of Pentacles, we've got Four of Swords, and we got the Hangman. Everything you want is coming soon. The Hermit on the bottom, what's underneath it with the Page of Wands. Something's coming. Exactly what you, Queen of Pentacles. Something very sustainable. Could be money, Libra. Could be a relationship. It could be what you've been working toward. Whatever the thing is, exactly what you want is right around the corner. I love her. She's large. She's in charge. She's the mistress of her own domain. Nine of Pentacles. Empress energy. Again, Four of Swords coming up right around the corner. Right around the corner. You could be another one. I think it was Taurus. And you are both ruled by Venus. So that would be interesting. Could be something else coming right around February 17th with that new moon in Aquarius, Libra. Okay. Could be around there. And we got the Hangman. Okay, so it could be definitely there's some Pisces energy, but with the Hermit on the bottom, not necessarily. I mean, timing's different for everyone. But what you are seeking and what you've been working toward, what you've been working to manifest, Libra, it is right around the corner. I love this Nine of Pentacles. I love it for you. It was the first card out. First card out, Libra. I'm telling you, everything, maybe you've been working on a goal, maybe it's been something work-wise or financial, maybe it's been a relationship goal, maybe you're working to get some bills paid off, and even if you don't think that you're going to get some bills paid off soon, you are reaching a pinnacle of success, and it is right around the corner. I keep hearing that, right around the corner. Yeah, hang on. The Strength card. And even if there's something that you think, what's underneath the Strength card? Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Love, love, love. Maybe it's taken a long time and you were like, man, I'm about to fucking give up on this. You know, like this is never going to happen. This isn't going to work out well. But there is a desire. And I feel like you've actively been working to manifest this. I feel like you've actively been working to manifest this. And you've been hanging in there. It's right around the corner. I just keep hearing that. Right around the corner. Right around the corner. And you're getting a little tired. A little bit. Hang in a little bit longer because it's coming. Definitely you've been working on this. We got the first quarter moon in Gemini with Speak Your World into Being. I actually think the first quarter moon in Gemini will be in Pisces season. So that could be timing for some of you. I'll look that up. I'll put that in the description box in case any of you Libras are curious. So it could be that. Again, I was feeling Pisces season, so that's just a little bit more confirmation, potentially, Libra, that what you've been working to manifest is happening in Pisces season. I'll look up that first quarter moon in Gemini. I actually think that is going to be the first quarter moon in Pisces season. If I'm sometimes on the fly, I do not get my stuff right. Okay. Sometimes on the fly, I don't get my shit right. But I'm pretty sure that first quarter moon in Gemini will be in Pisces season. All right, let's move on to Scorpio. I'm trying to watch my timing so I don't get cut off. Then I got to get back to work loading my car. Well, probably taking some more stuff down to donate. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Ooh. Nine of Swords, worries, anxieties. What do I say about this card? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. If things were different, don't get caught up in your head. Okay. So those 3 cards, and I'm just going 3 deep. Okay. 9 of Swords, the World, and the 7 of Swords. Quit worrying about what could be, what could have been. I actually went 4 cards deep, okay? 3 of Cups, because after that 3 of Cups following the 7 of Swords, and with the 9 of Swords, the World, the 7 of Swords, it's like you're just wishing everything could be different, okay, Scorpio? Oh, man, I wish this was going on, and I wish that this came on, and I wish that this came. So I feel like you're a little bit too much up in your head, and it's about actively... Okay, there's a little bit, we got 6 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the 6 of Pentacles. So I feel like that you're kind of about a situation, instead of like, I think it's a point of like taking action versus just wishing things could be different. I feel like there is a real energy around you that you're wishing things could be different with the situation, instead of looking at this situation as it is and dealing with it that way. So I feel like something's coming up that maybe you're like, oh, this isn't the way I wanted that to turn out. Let me get a card from the Moonology for you. I feel like that you need to, and there could be something you're planning for, and you don't have, like, you're not looking at it realistically as you make plans, or you're really off into, could be something with timing. Okay, work through your feelings with that last quarter moon in Aries and reveal what needs to be seen. I love it. I love it. I pulled you 2 because we've seen this one come up. That's cool. Work through your feelings. Yeah, work through your feelings. That's always good advice. But reveal what needs to be seen. Last quarter moon in Scorpio. Okay. And on the bottom, we got practice gratitude with the last quarter moon in Sagittarius. Okay. So be grateful for where you're at. I feel like it's very important, Scorpio, to be grateful for where you're at, and to have a great amount, like you're right where you need to be. I feel like there's a lot of wishful thinking, which could possibly be very, very distracting for you. I don't think you're looking at your situation accurately, and you are like, kind of like, wow, I wish it could be like this, or I wish this could happen, or I wish that things could be this way. And instead of wishing for something to be different, you need to look at your situation accurately and then see what actions you need to think of. Also, I feel like some of you could be putting something off for the future, and you need to come back into the present, and there's something that probably needs to be dealt with now and not later. Okay, so I feel like that you could be kind of maybe even trying to put something off, and I don't think that's what you're supposed to be doing. I don't think you're supposed to be putting something off. I think you're supposed to be like dealing with something now. And again, quit worrying about, I wish it was better timing. I wish it was a better situation. You need to bring yourself more into the here and now. I feel like that you're not, there's a little bit of like daydreamy energy. I would think that more necessarily with the 7 of Cups coming up, but I still feel that. And, and I read intuitively, so I'm reading it like I read it. I think you have an inaccurate view of your situation. And again, that reveal what needs to be seen. If you look at your situation more accurately, Scorpio, I think you're going to find a solution. I think you're going to find a solution that you're okay with. All right. All right, Sagittarius. All right, let's see what we got for you guys. What do we have for Sagittarius? Oh, you're getting 4. Okay. You got some 9 of Swords on your deck as well. Shoulda, coulda, coulda. Lots of worries about stability. We got King of Swords, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Could be worried about money. You could be worried about the sustainability. That word's actually coming in. I think you've got a lot of options, okay? Cast your net wide. This could be, some of you could be getting out dating. Definitely feel like some of you could be getting out dating. Don't worry about, explore your options. I think you've got a lot of options, okay? Something's happening during Aquarius season, and I feel that very strongly with the star. Something good, hopes, dreams. And we've got the Emperor. I actually think you could make some dreams reality. I think you've got a lot of power within you to create during this time. I definitely do. I think you've got a lot of power to create. And what's in the middle of the deck? The Chariot, the Death card with transformation, and the Moon and the Sun. Ooh. Keep your options open. I actually think you're in for something big that's coming, and maybe even a big, maybe even a really, I don't know. You've got a lot of major arcana too here, but not. I don't feel the same energy as Virgo because these cards wanted to come out together, and so I don't know which one was really the one that was the picker, the Seven of Cups or the the Empress. But we got the Empress with the Seven of Cups, the Star, and the Emperor. So I do feel that some of you have a lot of options. Now, this could be in love. This could be with money. I think there's big stability coming your way. I think you're worried about it. You're worried about how things are coming. If you're not dating, just enjoy the journey. Okay. If you're job hunting or there's some things financially, maybe even some of you are in a big spot financially. I know I am, but maybe some of you as well are in a spot financially. And this could be that you've got a lot of different options. Some of you could definitely have some help and financial, coming in, or maybe some different job options. Like I would feel like if you're job hunting, you kind of got the pick of the litter. Like you're going to get to pick. You're going to get to pick what you're doing, okay? So think through your options carefully because we know with the Seven of Cups, there's good options and there's bad options. So choose very wisely. The Emperor is saying really look beneath the surface, as well as with partners. If you're dating, I just feel like you've got a lot of, I feel like you've got a lot of options, Sagittarius. That's great. I love hearing that. But think it through. Okay, we got that new moon in Gemini. Think it through. I don't feel like, again, I'm not really focused on timing with these cards, but I think you could be living a whole different life by the new moon in Gemini. I think you could be living a whole different life. Do what's best for you. It says make time for self-love, last quarter moon in Libra, but I feel like that with make time for self-love, make sure that you are doing what's best for you. Make sure that you are doing what's best for you, Sagittarius. Put your needs first, what's best for you. You don't have to please anyone. This is all about your hopes, dreams, and wish fulfillment. So when you're choosing, don't just focus. We got the Empress and the Emperor. Don't just focus on what's stable. Focus on what excites you. I'm hearing that. Focus on what excites you. Do what's best for you. Don't worry. If something with family, if some of you are worried about family expectations, don't worry about it. Worry about what's best for Sagittarius, okay? You don't have to meet anybody else's expectations. You have to please yourself. All right, y'all. I'm going to get back to work. The next time I'll check in with y'all, I'll be back in Texas. Thank you for all the love and the good vibes. And I love you guys.